Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight, we take a look at the amount of parents who plan to vaccinate their children from COVID-19.
Plus, a couple of well-known county officials with some big announcements today.
But first, a large amount of newborn babies needing specialized care. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. A doctor at Bryan Health who specializes in high-risk pregnancies is urging pregnant women to get vaccinated against COVID.
This comes as one area of the hospital is filling up, and he's not referring to the ICU. Channel 8's Ariana Martinez joins us live outside Bryan Health to explain why doctors are urging pregnant women to get vaccinated.
Roughly 90% of the patients at the NICU here at Bryan Health are preterm or early delivery babies. Now, Dr. Sean Kenny explained earlier today that when he first started his career, one of the big questions was always, do you save the mother or the baby first when it comes to an emergency situation? And unfortunately, because of COVID, he's had to face that question again. Now, in most cases and with other illnesses, the baby can stay oxygenated in the womb. But with COVID, the mother herself is struggling to stay oxygenated, and that's what's causing a lot of these preterm births.
We really have had some devastating cases in pregnancy, and I mean, our NICU was closed last week, and a lot of them are just from COVID babies that, I mean, babies didn't have COVID, but mom had COVID, so we had to deliver so many of them early that they're filling up our NICU.
After experiencing a maternal mortality at Bryan Health because of COVID, Dr. Kinney encourages more pregnant women to get vaccinated.
There's no association with infertility with the vaccine. There's no birth defects. There's no risk of miscarriage. So really the only known, other than, you know, the really bizarre, like getting hit by a semi from the vaccine, there's no real risk as far as that goes that we know of.
Because of COVID, pregnant women have a 3 times more likelihood to be admitted to the ICU and to need a ventilator.
A 1.7 more likelihood to die than their age-matched counterpart. You know, when you look at, these are usually younger women or younger than the average person in the ICU. That's an astonishing number.
Bryan Health continues to see COVID impact young pregnant mothers.
We've had a mom that had to stay in the ventilator for a month, and then she has to go to Madonna to rehab because after you've been paralyzed for a month.
Good news is that the NICU has since reopened, and they're currently at 75% capacity in the NICU here at Bryan Health. Now tonight on the news at 6, hear from a woman who is 24 weeks pregnant and has finally decided to get her COVID vaccine, what her fears were, and what changed her mind. Reporting live in Lincoln, Ariana Martinez, Channel 8 News.
All right, Ariana, thank you for the live report tonight. Now, COVID-19 vaccines could be headed to a younger group of children.
But what exactly is that going to look like? Channel 8's Nathan Grieve tells us more.
CHI Creighton's Dr. Renuga Vivekanandan is firm on this point. It's important for kids to get vaccinated.
Children might not get severe infection, but they get post-COVID syndrome. They get that MISC, multisystemic inflammatory syndrome after COVID. So why put our kids through that, right?
She's so sure that's the path forward that she's got her own daughter enrolled in the Moderna trials.
My 7-year-old daughter, she got the vaccine because she had a fever with her second dose. So, you know, a placebo will not do that. And she has been doing great. She has gotten the vaccine. It's been 2 months since getting the vaccine, part of the study. No major issues at all. She's doing wonderful.
While we wait for the CDC to make their decision on whether to approve a vaccine for kids in that 5 to 11 age bracket, we're left speculating just how that rollout might work.
Kids don't like needles as much, right? But, my kids do really well with their pediatrician. So, I think primary care doctors and providers are going to be really important that kids usually go to and have a COVID-19 vaccine readily available for them.
So trade out the big vaccine clinics for something smaller and more comfortable, and to that end, maybe some small comforts.
And with some stickers and lollipops never hurt.
Reporting in Lincoln, Nathan Grieve, Channel 8 News.
The CDC and FDA are expected to make final decisions on this in the next week or so.
It raises the question, how many parents want to vaccinate their kids? Well, the Kaiser Family Foundation did a study. It found just 27% of parents surveyed said they plan to vaccinate their young children as soon as possible. 66% of the respondents cited concerns over the vaccine impacting their child's future fertility. A couple of big announcements this morning from two elected officials.
We begin with Lancaster County Sheriff Terry Wagner, who says he's running for re-election.
We're going to continue to emphasize, with our deputies, efficient law enforcement, make the best use of tax dollars. Use of technology is obviously huge in that, and we're going to continue to emphasize treating people with dignity and fairness in all of our enforcement efforts.
Wagner made the announcement this morning. He also says this will be the last time he runs. He became sheriff of Lancaster County in 1994 and is the second longest serving sheriff in the county's history. Before his election as sheriff, Wagner worked as a deputy for 18 years. Also announcing today, Lancaster County Attorney Pat Condon.
He's been a part of the county attorney's office now for 32 years, 5 of those as the top prosecutor, and he says he wants to keep going.
Because I see the role of the county attorney so critical in keeping our county safe, today I am announcing that I will be running for re-election as your Lancaster County attorney.
Condon told us that he's very proud of their diversion programs. He says it saves the taxpayer money by keeping some non-offenders out of jail and getting them the help they need through special services. He also says in some parts of the country, people are not being charged for thefts under $950. He says that's a mistake.
When you have people that are going into stores and stealing, that cost is going to be passed on to someone. And the fact of the matter is, that's a crime. And as a prosecutor, I take the oath to enforce the laws, and that's what I do.
Condon was appointed county attorney when his predecessor was appointed as U.S. attorney, and then Condon was elected to the office in 2018. We do have an update tonight on that water problem they've been having at the state penitentiary here in Lincoln.
Water service has been restored. This comes after repairs to several pipes. The water was turned off Tuesday evening and portable restrooms and bottled water were brought in. The water, though, was fully back on this morning. Today, Lincoln's Community Health Endowment unveiling the results of its Place Matters project.
They say poverty levels here in Lincoln have gone down, but there's still work to be done.
I don't really think I'm talking about maps. I'm talking about Lincoln. And I care about this place, and I care about these people, and I love watching Lincoln get better. And I think the maps are our way of making that happen.
All right, let's break some of this down for you. The Place Matters project looks at how different demographics are impacted by poverty. The most current data says 12.5% of Lincoln residents live in poverty, which is a family that has an average income of $25,000 or less.
Now, a big thing that they look at is life expectancy among those living in poverty. The average life expectancy for those living in poverty is 72 years old, but those living in areas with poverty below 5% is 82 years old.
All right, let's get to Chief Meteorologist John Dissauer now. Mother Nature, well, she turned off the rain, John.
She turned off the rain and turned on the fan because the wind has been blowing throughout the afternoon. Gusts at times well over 50 miles per hour. We've had gusts as high as 54 miles per hour reported in Ord and 53 mile per hour gusts in Grand Island as well as in Hastings. Here's a view right now from Beatrice. The other thing we've been dealing with, especially if you live along and east of Highway 77, we've had clouds for most of the day. We could just see the sunshine off to the west. It just wasn't necessarily overhead, and that's still the case as we take a live look from Beatrice right now, looking to the southwest. Some of those clouds still in place, but out in the distance, just out off of the outer reach, we've got lots of sunshine. In fact, that's the case for most of the state, seeing lots of sunshine. Take a look at the winds out there right now, still holding on to 52 mile per hour gusts in Hastings as of this hour. It's gusting to 41 miles per hour in Lincoln. Go further to the west, and the winds are strong all the way into the western part of the state, where winds are gusting to near 50 miles per hour right now in McCook. You can see in the visible satellite imagery where the clouds are at, and more so where the clouds aren't. We're seeing seeing the black part of the map, that's where we have no clouds at all. The clouds are mainly, again, right along Highway 77 and off to the east. Temperatures sitting in the 50s and 60s as of this hour. And for the rest of this evening, we'll keep partly cloudy skies. It's going to stay windy, 51 degrees by 8 and 48 degrees by 10 o'clock. We've got some cooler temperatures coming our way, but also a brief warm-up as we head towards the weekend. Well, the details coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, John. Today, CEO Mark Zuckerberg announced the Facebook company is changing its name.
It will be called Meta, but many things about the social media giant will apparently stay the same.
It is time for us to adopt a new company brand to encompass everything that we do. To reflect who we are and what we hope to build, I am proud to announce that starting today, our company is now Meta.
The company says their mission isn't changing and neither are their apps. The name stems from the word metaverse, the term for a virtual universe often used in science fiction. Still to come on the news tonight, changes to President Biden's social spending agenda as he tries to unify lawmakers.
That and your full cast right after the break.
In national news, President Biden announcing a framework for his Build Back Better social spending agenda.
The president making a rare appearance on Capitol Hill to try and get the Senate and House Democrats unified. Here's ABC's Ika Jachi.
President Biden leaving the White House a few hours later than expected, on his way to Europe to meet with Pope Francis then with world leaders in Rome, followed by the climate summit in Scotland. The departure coming after he announced a framework for his Build Back Better agenda, a framework he's hoping will unify all Democrats.
I think we're going to be in good shape.
Thursday morning on Capitol Hill, the president met with standing ovations as he tried to rally Democrats behind his framework for his $1.75 trillion social spending bill.
No one got everything they wanted, including me. But that's what compromise is. That's consensus.
The president is calling for 6 years of universal pre-K for 3- and 4-year-olds, elder care and home care funding, expanded Medicare to cover hearing benefits, affordable housing funding, and billions of dollars for climate initiatives. But items like a plan to reduce prescription drug prices, free community college, and Medicare expansion to cover dental and vision has been cut out. House Democrats confirming paid family leave, an overwhelmingly popular social initiative, is indeed out of the president's Build Back Better agenda. Moderate Democrat Kyrsten Sinema releasing a statement saying, "I look forward to getting this done, expanding economic opportunities and helping everyday families get ahead." But many progressives in the House are still holding out for actual legislation. Representative Pramila Jayapal says her caucus isn't quite ready to support the framework.
Our members are enthusiastic about voting for both bills when that text is ready.
Senator Bernie Sanders says he wants to see more details on Biden's framework.
Clearly, to my mind, it has some major gaps in it.
Speaker Pelosi says the text of the bill has been released, and some Democrats are expressing a willingness to work through the weekend in order to get both bills to a floor vote. Ike Ajachi, ABC News, Washington.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist John Dessauer.
Rain came to an end early this morning and left behind a lot of the clouds and a lot of wind. And it's really the tale of not two cities, but we'll call it the tale of two directions from one city. This is looking off to the east from Southeast Community College. And you can see we've got gray skies looking east over Lancaster County. But you turn things around and start looking to the south and west. This is from Honda of Lincoln, looking to the southwest from 27th Street and Yankee Hill Road. And you can see where the sunshine is at. And once you go even a little further west of here, we've got beautiful blue skies throughout the day. So really, it is the tale of two different directions. You can see it on the satellite imagery as well, where we've got the clouds, and it's really right along Highway 77. It's the dividing line. West of there, we've had sunshine all day. If you live out in Grand Island and Hastings, you're thinking, what clouds are you talking about? Because we haven't had any all day, whereas in Lincoln, we've been mainly cloudy throughout the day. And really, across Iowa, Missouri, and Illinois, with all these clouds around, but then you head further to the west, there's really nothing to speak of. Temperatures are a bit warmer where the clouds aren't, back into the western part of the state. Now we are starting to cool off just a little bit, just because of the time of day, but still holding on to 58 degrees in Broken Bow. It's nearly 60 in Valentine and 60 degrees in North Platte. Come down to the southeast corner of the state, and we've got 60 right now in Lincoln, 60 in Grand Island, and 60 in Hebron. It's only 57 degrees in both York and Friend. Winds were pretty high today, at times gusting as high as 54 miles per hour in Ord. These are the highest peak wind gusts I could find. 53 in Grand Island and Hastings, Holdridge a 52 mile per hour gust. We had a gust of 48 miles per hour today in Lincoln and 47 miles per hour in Aurora. And even as of this hour, winds are still gusting 35 to as much as 52 miles per hour. 52 out towards Hastings. Right now in Lincoln at the airport, winds are gusting to 41 miles per hour, and all the winds are out of the north-northwest. And that's how they're going to remain as we go through the evening hours. They will begin to diminish somewhat, but through the overnight hours, I think we're still going to have some gusts at times to 30, maybe 35 miles per hour. As we go through the day tomorrow, I think we'll keep some gusts to 25 miles per hour as we head towards the noon hour, and then as we head into early afternoon tomorrow, the wind should begin to back down. For tonight, we're going to call it partly cloudy. I think we may still hang on to some clouds in Lancaster County and Gage County, but you go further west and we will see clear skies. But with the wind staying up tonight, that will help mix the air enough so that the temperatures don't drop very much, or at least completely crash like they could if we had calm winds. So lows anywhere from the mid-30s to upper 30s. For tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine across the area. Temperatures should begin to respond. We should be up about where we are today, right around 60 degrees, if not even some lower 60s in some locations. I think tomorrow, after the winds die down, should turn out to be a pretty nice day. Again, look for a high of 60 in Lincoln, 59 in Beatrice, 60 in Hebron, and 60s out towards the Tri-Cities. Winds still, though, gusting at times to 25 miles per hour towards the morning and early afternoon. Tomorrow evening's game of the week, Adams Central versus Ashland Greenwood. We'll see clear skies. Temperatures dropping quickly as the winds begin to diminish. 45 degrees by 8 o'clock and 42 degrees by 9 o'clock. 7-day forecast. Saturday for the football game looking pretty nice, 65 degrees. It'll turn windy towards the late afternoon into the evening as a cold front passes through. Just some clouds, and that's about it with the cold front. It's going to be a chilly Halloween. A high of 50. Likely when trick-or-treaters are out getting their candy, we'll see temperatures down into the 40s. Highs into 40s, though, for early next week and into the middle of next week. Still watching for a chance for some rain on Monday, and computer models are still kind of going back and forth as to whether or not we could get a wintry mix in here sometime Monday night, Tuesday morning, or maybe even on Wednesday. Something we'll keep fine-tuning with the forecast as we get closer to it and iron it out. Just know there may be a few snowflakes, nothing to worry about coming our way early next week.
Yeah, but I know it's kind of chilly for Halloween, a high of 50 and dropping into those 30s at night, but it could be a lot worse, kids.
Right. Well, we've had it worse, haven't we? We've had it better, we've had it worse,
Yes.
so kind of in the middle.
Yeah, we'll take it. Thanks, John. In other news now, top oil company executives grilled on Capitol Hill.
They face questions over accusations the industry has misled the public about how fossil fuels contribute to climate change. ABC's Morgan Norwood has more.
Big oil going before Congress. Executives facing a climate change reckoning on Capitol Hill.
For far too long, big oil has escaped accountability for its central role in bringing our planet to the brink of a climate catastrophe.
The House Oversight and Reform Committee drilling the leaders of the biggest oil companies, including Chevron, ExxonMobil, BP, and Shell, for a hearing on what the committee is calling a long-running industry-wide campaign to spread disinformation about the role of fossil fuels in causing global warming. Early on, when executives were asked if climate change was an existential threat, they responded with silence. The CEO of Shell later agreeing that climate change is a real issue.
I agree that climate change is one of the biggest challenges that we have in the world today.
Lawmakers also digging into a video of a former ExxonMobil lobbyist who said the company aggressively fought back against the science.
Did we join some of these shadow groups to work against some of the early efforts? Yes, that's true.
As the committee continued to press the CEOs making promises, the head of BP telling lawmakers the company plans to reduce its oil and gas production by 40% below 2019 levels by the end of the decade. Shell saying they'll cut Scope 1 and 2 absolute emissions by 50% before 2030, an even more aggressive push from their 2010 promise to become net zero emissions by 2050, a vow according to company documents that Shell took no immediate steps to fulfill.
You are powerful leaders at the top of the corporate world at a turning point for our planet. Be better.
And this hearing comes just days before the president travels to Glasgow to meet with world leaders on climate change and ways to steer the energy industry into cleaner options. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Los Angeles.
A great day on Wall Street today. The Dow gaining 240 points, NASDAQ up 212. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source.
Finally tonight, get ready to celebrate all things chocolate. It's National Chocolate Day.
Chocolate is made from roasted and ground cacao pods that can be a liquid, solid, or paste, or on its own as a flavoring agent. Research suggests when eaten in moderation, chocolate can lower blood pressure, so don't feel too bad about it.
We were talking about this during the break. You know, they're all good, but boy, Baker's chocolates, don't they just melt in your mouth?
Those are my favorite.
And they're made here in Nebraska. So, John, what about you?
I'm a Milk Duds person.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I have not tried Baker's, but yeah, Milk Duds would probably be my chocolate go-to.
Have some tonight when you get ready for the forecast, right?
That's right.
Just make sure they aren't stuck in your teeth.
And try to talk after you've been eating them, yes. This evening it's going to continue to stay windy. We'll see our temperatures dropping through the 50s. Winds will still be gusting to 30 to 35 miles per hour overnight.
So hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, thank you, John, and thank you all for joining us.
Time for us to go get some chocolate right before the 6 o'clock. Hope to see you then.
With the Channel 8 Eyewitness News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
What's so extreme about the DQ Reese's Extreme Blizzard? How about all the Reese's you could dream of, all in world-famous DQ soft serve? What a rush!
Closed caption.